possibly get me sent to prison because she's angry with me, because she's resentful against men. Like, all of these are possibilities. I'm not surprised, and I love the way guys are feeling the heat, and we can all tell. Yes, you're putting them in a kind of reign of terror. They're afraid. They're afraid to, in fact, she says that. They're afraid to compliment us or relate to us in the way that we were always taught to, and trust me, this is a good thing. Really, it's a good thing that men are living in a reign of terror in the dating world, is it? How do you feel about it, Callum?
I wouldn't date a feminist.
Well, neither would I.
I mean, they're right. I mean, I honestly hear from guys who are like 40 or 50 as well. You mean it's just like, I would hate to be dating in this age?
Well, I'm 41 and I would hate to be dating in this age.
So I mean, like, the smallest thing is just not worth the risk.
But she's like, however, women still like to be pursued, at least I do, and it's unfortunate that by finally standing up for our rights and demanding respect, we're totally scaring men away. It's so messed up and a total shame. Well, maybe if you weren't literally punching them in the face repeatedly and saying, love me, things would be easier, right? But, this is the best one, I've been brainwashed to assume the worst in men. These admissions are incredible. It just flat out says it, right? Because normally we have to try and like tease this out of the person. But like, so do you think you may have been brainwashed in some way, or like persuaded to view the world in a way that frames men as being inherently evil? And she's like, no, I was brainwashed to hate men.
But also just the hate men part. Like, do you think that maybe you're not about women, but maybe some of this stuff is about hating men? So, no, you don't even have to do any of that. She just says it.
No, I'm standing up for the rights. It's like, yeah, but you're assuming the worst about men because they're men. That makes you a misandrist. Anyway, I love this. I think I've almost trained my brain to assume all men are here to try and put me down and dominate me, when that's far from the truth. She's literally struggling against her own brainwashing. Be like, brainwashing's good, but it does have this disconnect with reality. It tells me all the men are evil, but I know loads of men who aren't evil.
Ruining my life. That's a worthwhile price to pay for the ideology.
Yeah, exactly, for my rights, whatever that's supposed to mean. But anyway, the debate on who should pay has never been more alive. Actually, I think the debate on who should pay is over. It's not men. It should be 50-50 split. That's how feminism decrees it. It's actually kind of an easy answer.
That's the answer.
That is, exactly. Right? She says, due to the recent boost of feminism, a guy paying the bill could be seen as an anti-feminist. No guy wants to be considered a misogynist. Depends what circles you are. Yeah, a lot of women kind of like misogyny, actually, It's just anyway. Enough about the Twilight and the 50 Shades of Grey. Anyway, I'm afraid of scaring guys off by being too feminist. I think the ship's gone. In the same way I'm hyper-aware of guys who are being insulting towards women, I'm also afraid that I'm going to come off as too harsh and dominant, which could easily scare guys away. Feminism is something I'm passionate about, but I also know how guys can get insecure when I talk about it. I don't know what to do anymore.
Pay your respect.
Do you get insecure when women talk about feminism, Callum?
No, I get bored. But I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, you're literally listing the problem here. The problem is your ideological worldview is destroying your life, and it doesn't reflect reality, as you are saying. In which case, what's the problem? Well, change out that ideology for free thinking.
But I love the way that she says this. It's like feminism is something I'm passionate about. Okay, it's your new religion. I get it. Your Facebook feed, your timeline, as you've already said, is all full of this stuff, and it's making you hate men, be unable to relate to them, and it doesn't represent reality, and it's ruining your dating life. Like, if this is your religion...
If this wasn't a religion, it'd be called a cult.
Yes, it is a cult. But, like, this is the new religion you've got. How is it good? Why would you think, you're like, oh yeah, but I've got Mariah. Is that good?
I've got a relationship with God.
Yeah, yes, But, my relationship with divine and stuff.
It's like flying spaghetti monster.
Sorry, is there not enough feminist iconography of the divine feminine and stuff? Yeah. You know that, I mean, they all are dressing up on the women's vagina. What the hell is that?
You'll see a tent built vagina. You know what that was.
Anyway, it's made us more separate from each other than ever before. Men and women already have so much trouble trying to understand that feminism has turned our society into a bit of the sexes. She's literally like engaging in the war on men, She's literally like, yeah, well, I'm at war with men, and I want you all to live under the reign of terror. There's a bit of a battle of the sexes going on. there's not what there is persecution powerful against the powerless. Men aren't fighting women, and they've got no tools by which to do so. Where are the men in it? Where are the, where are they?
Could you imagine such a thing?
No, look, dressing up as penises on the men's rights march, walking down, it's like, sorry, that's not a faction in society. It's literally like a child that's torturing small animals. And she sat there torturing the animals going, yeah, but I really want these animals to love me. It's like, yeah, well, maybe you should stop torturing them. Yeah, but I can't. This is my passion. Torturing animals is my passion.
Just marching down the street in the penis uniform.
Pay
The
your
penis
respect.
united will never be defeated. What do you think?
But honestly, like, it's so weird how this woman can write all of this and come to all of the conclusions on what the problem is, and yet have no self-awareness. Be like, I could just stop this at any time. I'll just unsubscribe from all these feminist Facebook pages, Twitter feeds, and then I could just be normal, just watch TV or something. Anyway. Every first date I go on, there's an elephant in the room. It's weird because we're doing the whole man-seeking woman act when we go out on dates, but we both know this is an old way of seeing each other and it's on its way out. I'm not saying dating is dead. I think we'll need to find new ways to be in relationships without falling into any sort of forced gender roles. I just don't think we know how to do it yet. That's completely true. You have no idea how to have a relationship because you reject the traditional gender role that had been inherited from the past. It's a way of saying, look, I expect you to open the door and pay for the meal, but then in return, I am going to fulfill the woman's function in a relationship. And men can judge you on your performance on that regard, and you judge the man's performance on his and you both come to an understanding in a relationship. If you break these things, you just sit there going, well, is that all we do? Like, is this just about sex?
We're just going to be partners.
Yeah.
Not going to be, boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife or anything like this. Just partners.
Yeah, that's not a relationship. And also, these women are going to lose out to those women who are like, maybe I can see an open, sort of tradition-minded woman who's like, actually, I'm going to get a man. I'm going to get a husband. I'm going to get a family and kids, and I'm going to get a house, and everything's going to be great. And these insane feminist millennials who are sat there going, right, my feminism's ruining everything, but I'm never going to give it up, are going to end up as the cat ladies, which they are inevitably going to be. And the last one is, I swear guys are approaching me less. Is it just me, or are guys doing a lot more looking around than actually approaching? Times are a little weird right now, and I guess guys are afraid of the way they approach women might offend us or give us the wrong impression. Also, because you will be able to level charges of sexual harassment for a man propositioning you now. Thank you, feminism. So men, if they proposition women and the woman doesn't like it, probably in many places like California, can claim that this is a form of harassment.
Well, no, in the UK, I remember you covered this.
Oh,
with
is this in the UK
Count?
as well?
I think it was like the Count Dankula case you were covering, but there was a story in there in which this kid had touched the girl's arm, tried to speak to her, and then he couldn't get the words out because he's an autist.
Yeah.
But in response, she brought charges against him, and he was convicted and had to do community service. That's not.
No, that's the consequence of feminism. And so it's not surprising that men are approaching you a lot less. But anyway, yeah, so she says, I guess this is kind of a good thing in a way, because now guys have to rack their brain and kind of figure out how to treat women with respect and see us as whole people. That's a good thing, but it'll be a while until we see that as a dating trend. It's a good thing that men won't approach me, but I really wish I had a date. I mean, like, the double thing is just on display. This is amazing double thing. This is genuinely Orwellian. And the 1984 book club will do next week.
It's a good thing I don't have a date, but I really want one. It's like
Exactly. It's ideologically a good thing. And yeah, John asks, since when did men date half a human? Good question.
What have you become?
But this is the point, isn't it? Like, the whole thing is genuinely an existential the right thing is the good feminist orthodoxy, and the wrong thing is the biological imperative to not want to die. Fun times. Glad I'm not a feminist. Ladies, reject feminism at all costs for your own good, for your own sanity, frankly. If you enjoyed this segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can watch the full broadcast live every weekday at 1 PM UK time on lotuseaters.com.
And I feel like I'm going to have to rewire myself so that when I see somebody out in the world who's not wearing a mask, I don't instantly think you are a threat or you are selfish or you are a COVID denier and you definitely haven't been vaccinated. I mean, we're going to have to rewire the way that we look at each other.
Or you could just be normal. All right. After months of sputtering vaccination, the CDC says fully vaccinated Americans can ditch masks and don't have to social distance in most indoor places. Unless you're in a room with Andrew Cuomo. In that case, run. Speaking of that ass, even after restrictions have been lifted, he's still being cautious, claiming to rely, quote, on the facts and the science. Yeah, now he's careful. Was he relying on the facts and the science when he sent COVID patients to rest homes? If that were facts and science, then the treatment of women is delightful acts of chivalry. So the CDC says you can skip wearing masks outside. In other news, the CDC says women can vote in their pants. Still, I'm not sure I'm for either. We're going too fast. According to the New York Times, the CDC is finally catching up to the science. It's not true. They're finally catching up. We always knew that COVID doesn't spread outdoors. It's not like chlamydia at Coachella, which I learned sadly. We also knew that vaccination was supposed to eliminate risk of spread, which was motivation to get it. The CDC, however, so insensitive to the slightest risk, the kind that are smaller than choking to death on students, made their guidance as helpful as financial advice from Bernie Madoff. Is it because they now follow the science? No, because if they had followed the science, they would have come to this conclusion a while ago. Fact is, they didn't follow the science. They followed you. They knew that if they kept pushing the American public too far, we were going to push back. Plus, the experts knew you were right. Admit it. And anybody married is laughing at that right now. See, all their guidance is based on fear. Fear of not being wrong, and fear of being exposed. Well, these are not leaders. How can they say it's safe? That's not a leader. That's your 75-year-old Aunt Tilly backing out of her driveway. Leaders take risks. They listen to experts, but then weigh the risks against the benefits. It's like a coach who talks to his assistants and then goes for it on fourth down. That's a hockey reference, Kat. A leader must face obstacles head on, and if they fail, be willing to take the fall. As for the experts in the media, their constant covering of their asses created an ever-worsening feedback loop. A weak politician might accept the risks of reopening, but the moment someone tweets, "But people will die." So they told you to sit tight at home, masked, even if you're living with older folks. The irony, the people who yell, "Wear a mask or you're killing grandma," were supporters of the biggest grandma killers of all. And so after every time an adult publicly assessed risk, you'd get some media asshat asking, how many people are you willing to see die?
Round one. Fight.
Just over a month ago, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky said she had a sense of impending doom. Thanks for the pep talk, Doc. You must be great on a plane flight. The fact is, we accept death every day. Sad but true. Insurance actually count the future death we naturally accept. No one has ever been able to escape the phenomenon of death. Except people who Leaders get that, but experts don't. Experts aren't supposed to lead like Gramps taking it. They're just paid to spray their opinions all over the place. And the American people aren't experts. They're better. Think about our ancestors who came here, the opposite of a safe space. No expert was advising them to come here. Like marshmallow top sweet potatoes, it's unique to America. We're number one because we won't take number two from anyone. So we did the math. But why stop there? While we're at it, let's decide on other crap that we're tired of. Like those stupid little circles on the ground, where you're supposed to stand in line. I just want to buy Preparation H at Walmart without having to play the CDC's version of Twister. And enough with bringing your disgusting reusable bag to the store. It's got more bacteria in it than Tommy Lee's hot dogs. Let's get back to paper or plastic and stop charging us for it. That Green New Deal is all about the green, I'm afraid.
Triborg wins.
Seriously, remember how much fun it was to shop for food in the good
Pay
old
your
days?
respects.
The smells, the colors, the cereals, the checker who hates you because
There
you
is
once
a new
laughed at her
king.
I'm with her shirts. The produce section was therapeutic. Sure, you never bought any vegetables, but it smelled great on your way to the freezer to grab beer and
Triborg.
chicken nuggets. Oh man, in the deli section, being surrounded by all that meat takes me back to my wrestling days. And who needs all that meat? Turns out I need all that meat. Seriously, there are like 6 kinds of salami. No wonder foreigners openly weep in front of the counter.
Round
In their
one.
shops back home, the
Fight.
meat was made of wood. Let's not forget the Now we know what happened to Jimmy Hoffa. And let's stop wiping down everything. I've never wiped so hard since I was a kid when I got last it was leftover Halloween candy. Another good joke. Let's go to the angry white veil one more time.
New guidance from government officials? Let me guess. Does it say, ignore everything you say and live your life like a free individual? Like someone who makes his own decisions about his own life?
The Cypher
Is that what it says?
Initiative
Because
is on.
that's kind of what I've been doing.
Round 2.
You know what? Why don't we assume that's what it says?
Typical far-right extremists. Now this might sound corny, but we need to see each other's faces, even Pat's. We need to see smiles. We've been through a lot together, and we need to interact like human beings. Like naked Germans at fat camp, we need to feel green. And finally, let's stop taking media-proclaimed experts seriously, unless it's me. You can trust me, because I'm truly an expert. Actually, I am an expert in nothing, except buying used leather chaps on eBay. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's such a great author, he can eat alphabet soup and poop out a bestseller. Up in the air, author Walter Burns. She's so sharp, you can use her brain to stab people. Financial analyst and author of The Man's Guide to Corporate Culture, Heather Zumarago. This man actually reads Apple's terms of service. FreedomWorks vice president and author of the new book, When Politicians Panic, John Tamney. There he is. Every day, her husband tells her 3 little words. What have I done? Fox News contributor Kat Tipp. Walter, is this the right time to stop wearing masks, or were you over this a while ago? What is your whole vomit your opinion on me? Is what I'm saying.
Okay, first of all, masks are going to affect teenagers tell us to them. When parents are going out for the night and they're putting on the mask and the kids say, Mom, please tell them masks.
Because they rule the world.
Yeah, they rule the world. And they're not going to be into them. And this is going to be like a snow melt in Minnesota, where the snow doesn't melt all at once. Under certain trees and rocks, it stays. And there are going to be people who don't give up their masks ever.
Yeah.
They're going to be like those people who, after presidential elections, keep the losing bumper sticker on their car for that way they can't be blamed for anything that happens over the next 2 years.
So true.
So there's going to be people who, just like they have Bernie stickers on their Subarus, are going to keep the masks, and about 2.5 years from now, somebody's going to die of COVID in Brazil, and they're going to say, see?
Exactly. You're not going to be able to escape a COVID outbreak, or this is that. No, your analysis is excellent. It's like the person who wears 2 masks or 3 masks, it's just like the person with 2 bumper stickers.
Exactly. I mean, there's
More the better.
Yeah, the virtue signal.
Yeah, and so anybody who ever dies or contracts COVID for the next 5 years is going to bring out these people who come out in their mouth and say, if you've been like me.
Yeah. Heather, you just wrote a book on corporate culture. How is corporate culture changed? Is it changed forever?
Well, basically, there is no corporate culture if we're all living inside our homes, working remotely. You're one of the few that can dare to step outside
consider myself a true American hero.
No man has gone before.
Thank you. No, I think I deserve a lot of applause for basically telling me. Yes, thank you. Now you can stop applauding. Stop applauding. I'm, you know, we can applaud later.
All right. I think that we will have to wear masks as we go back to the workplace in this new normal culture. Forever. Fauci said we'll never be able to take students again, and that's in the book. And at the time when I was writing it, I had hoped he would be wrong, but maybe true that may not be acceptable.
But if he doesn't know that, he's such a prototypical. He's the typical bureaucrat, John. He's there. He's not there to lead. He's there to protect his job, right?
Triborg
For him,
wins.
there's always going to be holdouts. You look back to the former Soviet Union, there are still people who believe in Stalin
Pay
to
your
this day and
respects.
wish those days were around, and that describes Fauci to a T. He's
Throne
never had so much
defended.
attention in his life. And let's add that all this exposes, hides how he was wrong so many times before. We're talking about someone who said that AIDS could be caused from just by us sitting next to each other.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that's in 1983. That was the report he wrote.
Are you kidding me?
Now, it doesn't indict him that he's wrong. What indicts him is that he's been so wrong so many times, yet he continues to foist
Do you
his
remember
alarmism on
who's the guy that invented PCR?
Barry Mullis.
Kerry Mullis. Do you ever see what he has to say about Fauci? I mean, he basically says exactly what you say, that Fauci is just like, how did he get this far, right?
Kerry Mullis challenged Fauci to a debate
Round
over
one.
AIDS and claimed that
Fight.
the PCR test could not be used to diagnose it. And unfortunately, Kerry died in September before COVID.
Oh, really?
You can fact check that, but it's that far. We would never have had an answer to Fauci. I don't think he's going to last, frankly. I don't think he's going to last as an avatar of COVID.
It was more important to draw up the opening day pitch than to solve the pandemic at the
Did do
time
a
of
great
crisis.
job.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny? Didn't we have a national just witness death day where everybody
Round
burns
two.
their masks, and it's a day because to Walter's point, it's one of those things. It's like a slow melt unless we say enough.
People are still looking at it. It's really slow. It's like, how ugly are you people? Actually, it's not that though. It's worse than that. I saw a lot of very dumb takes on Twitter yesterday. Shockingly dumb, as someone who watches as much reality TV as I do. There was one woman who's a reporter, and she was saying, listen, this is horrible that this is happening. You know, we should keep the mask. In so many other countries, it's not a big deal. And I am an Asian American. I want to keep the mask without feeling uncomfortable. And although she thought and set up that tweet in a way that we did not disagree with her without being racist, it was so stupid because this isn't another country, and the difference is it was founded on individual liberty. So you want to wear your mask, knock yourself out, maybe literally, even if it's so hot outside and you're exerting yourself at all.
Pay your
Okay,
respect.
but I'm not going to, and you can leave me alone.
Yeah. Well, are there any practices that bother you guys that you're fearing? Like those little things on the floor piss me off.
Triborg.
What are they called? Taps? No, the round
The
circles.
temperature taking.
Yeah, are all these. I mean, is this stuff all going to go away?
Well, I heard you were wiping milk jugs
Yes.
up and down for a long time. So, I mean, that would...
Fitness videos must mean a new workout plan. Whatever you need, we'll deliver. And
know what Biden's been doing. And for those that are listening who are like, I bet Tim's not even going to
proof these vaccines work. And so therefore,
So for us, we've experienced so much. Our personalities have formed. We've become mature adults. Someone 10 years old, a day is a lot longer because they're forming these experiences and developing into the people they'll become in the future. So when you take a year, which is a tenth, like 10% of their life, this thing, that's going to affect them the rest of their life.
I know it has. My 10-year-old, I feel it. I know it. Every day. Mom, when is it over? This is the worst year of my life. Yes, yes. I mean, it manifests itself in different ways, you know. We had this little cyst, this beta cyst, for like 8 months. And we the work he does. But my Theodore, the 10-year-old, has been so upset over that fish. And I know that obviously as a young kid going through something like that and as a loss, but I know it's magnified by all of this that we're going through. You know, the deaths in our family, yes. But the fact that he can't be a normal kid, I mean, he's going to remember this for the rest of his life. It's just it's a year that they have lost. And the teacher thing.
Takeda, Triborg.
You know, I haven't talked about this a lot, but, you know, my 10-year-old had an issue with the online learning.
Round 1, fight. Initiative lives on. Round 2, fight. Triborg wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Tremor. Triborg. Alien. Round 1, fight! My abilities are perfect. Round 2, fight! Triborg wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Leatherface. Triborg. Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Finish him! Triborg wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Takeda. Triborg. him. Triborg wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Triborg. Alien. Round 1. Fight. Lin Kuei. The Cyber Initiative is up. Round 2. Fight. Survival is improbable. Triborg wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. King of the Hill. Alien. Triborg. Round 1. Fight! Alien wins. Fatality. Pay your respects. There is a new king. Triborg. Alien. Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Final round. Fight! Brutality. Alien wins. Pay your respects. Throne defended. Triborg. Alien. Round 1. Fight! Quay. Inferior. Be quiet. Alien wins. Pay your respect. Throne defended. Alien. Sub-Zero.
The cold is your enemy.
Round 1. Fight! Alien. Takeda. Round 1. Fight!